that I got this opportunity to conduct and be of some help in increasing the bond between you and your child, because that's such a precious relationship. I'm very lucky that I was there to be of some help. And I also want to say this was the initiative from the Val Ed, who have initiated this value education as a part of curriculum of education. So I appreciate your feedback, and I'm there, and thanks a lot. Thank you. So I'll be asking some questions, whether students or parents, anybody can answer. Just raise your hands, a mic will reach you, and then you can answer. Is that okay? So a simple question first. So don't answer from there, others won't be able to hear you. How are you feeling today? Who would like to answer? How are you feeling today?
Very happy and excited.
Oh, that sounds in your voice. Thank you. Happy and excited.
On the top of the world.
On the top of the world. You stole it from me, didn't you? Wonderful.
It's a pleasure to sit along with a child in the school.
Ah, wonderful. And that too without parent-teachers meeting. Wonderful. I'll go to the next question. How many of us want to be happy? I don't see some hands going. Let me change my question. How many of you don't want to be happy? Nobody? All greedy people. What makes you happy? Is my question. Anybody can answer. What makes you happy? Students can participate. What makes you happy?
Everything that involves my family.
Everything, sorry?
That involves my family makes me happy.
Everything about your family makes you happy. Wonderful. Thank you. Family Man. How many of you seen the series? Thank you. Okay, same question. Anyone else would like to attempt again? What makes you happy? A simple question. All of you wanted to be happy. What makes you happy?
So it's the satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Thank you.
Yeah.
Huh? Food. Food. Wonderful. You are in the same category. Tell me, what food exactly makes you happy?
Healthy food.
Healthy food. Yes, madam. I'll come to you.
When I can make somebody happy, I shall be really happy. That too, especially if my children are happy, I'm the most happiest person that day.
So sweet of you. Thank you. Yes, dear.
Cricket makes me happy.
Cricket makes you happy. Playing or watching?
Both.
Thank you. Good. Yes.
My parents' happiness makes me happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have a last person here. Oh, yeah, one child, one more child. Yes.
Bonding with my parents.
Wonderful. Thank you. We'll have the last one.
Shopping makes me happy.
What all? I have 45 minutes. Go on. What all makes you happy?
Shopping, I mean, if I get into a mall, I'll be so happy. I mean, everything I can shop.
That's why today I'm going home late. Thank you. Next question. What are you grateful about in life? What are you grateful about life? Oh, let's start with those two students and then we'll come to you.
To have such wonderful parents.
Wonderful. Thank you.
To be able to be in this wonderful school and with my friends.
Wonderful. We have a parent here. Thank you.
Yeah, in a dining room when I was sitting with my kid, my father and grandfather, that makes me grateful.
Wonderful. You're grateful about that. One mother, last. What are you grateful about? Beyond shopping. Yes.
I'm grateful to God to give me this human life and such a good family.
Such a good?
Family.
Such a good family. Wonderful. You're grateful to God. I have a last question to public. There is a correlation between being happy and being grateful. There is a strong correlation between being happy and being grateful. Can anybody throw light on it? Good to see a student coming up first.
When you're grateful with what you have and what you have got, it makes you happy.
Why?
It just that we feel I'm grateful. I'm okay with what I need. I don't need more. I'm happy with this.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, dear.
When we are satisfied with what we have, which means we are being grateful, it makes us happy.
Wonderful. Yes, gentleman there.
Grateful, I would most likely to correlate with gratitude. So when you have a gratitude, then you feel that gratefulness. But happy is that just within you, you feel something happy for that moment. Yeah, that's happiness.
Thank you. One last person. The lady there. Thank you.
Happiness is always within. You have to
It's
find
always?
it within yourself. You have to find it within yourself. And grateful, you need to be grateful for everything that you are alive today in this world.
How are they linked? Grateful or gratitude, how is it linked with happiness?
You are grateful, I think you're naturally happy.
Naturally happy. Thank you. Students, are you awake? Are you? Are you? Yes, sir. You always seen me in kurta? Let me tell you a story when I was a little elder to you. Can I? You're all in 8th standard? I want to tell you a story about when I was about 5, 6 years elder to you. Is that okay? First of all, let me tell you about my childhood. I was a very mischievous child in my childhood. So much so that my parents found it extremely difficult to handle me, that they changed about 6 to 7 schools before I went to 10th standard. I'm not sure whether the school asked me to change or my parents changed, but I was into 6 to 7 schools even before I went to 10th standard. I was extremely adventurous. It was in 9th standard I tried to trek to Himalayas. So I was somebody whom my parents found it very, very difficult to handle. On contrary, was my elder brother, who was a very sober, a nice, obedient guy, just to add more masala in life. A fellow who went abroad to do his medical and stuff like that. So my parents were like, ye kya hai, black and white? It's so radically different. They could not place me anywhere. They were very confident that I will be a regret of their life. They felt, ye to kuch karne wala nahi hai. I don't think he will do anything in life, because I was very mischievous and very, very adventurous. And it so happened that when I started the school in final year of engineering, we started in RPC layout. There was an inner calling to start a school. I started. And suddenly after starting the school, I became so serious. It was not me anymore. My office used to be open till night 10 o'clock. I was the only admin, only teacher. I was the only person, and the office used to open from morning 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. I used to finish my final year exam, come and sit there. So the me after that was very different. Very, very serious, very, very focused, very, very hardworking. But my parents could not believe it. Because they have seen for last 20 years. So they were very confident, dal mein kuch kala hai. Something is wrong. They were like, maybe he will run a school for a year. Then he will close it. My parents come from a mindset that if you encourage your child and say you're doing good, tala mel kudkonbidtare. So snub them and make them feel humble and down to earth by criticizing them. Old school of thought. If you say I got 5th rank, let's say, they would say, Aidne da. So that the person should never. I yet remember me saying, which class are you in? My parents had told, 5th pass adre 6th hoಗ್ತೀನಿ. They thought that is how you become humble in life. Try to underact. That was their philosophy. So it so happened, I became successful very early. In the very first 2 years, the school kicked off very well. There were so many people admiring me. On the contrary, I had my parents, whose photo you see up, who were not having confidence in me. This hurt me a lot. It hurt me so much that how is that? So many people outside admire me, and my own parents don't have confidence in me. They undermine me. They criticize me. My dear students, the more and more I became successful, more and more this power struggle went on. more and more I drifted apart from them. It took only 2 to 3 years of my professional journey where I felt I was too successful and they do not recognize it. And I walked out of my house. At the age of, I think 25, if I'm not wrong, I had this awkward conversation with my parents. I will walk out of the house. I don't feel comfortable here. They said, where will you go? I said, I will stay in the school. They were like, this school is 10 blocks away. What will we tell our relatives? If you go abroad, I can understand. If you go to another state, I will understand. You walk out of the house to stay 10 blocks away? I said, yeah, this is what I want to do. I walked out of the house. I lived in the office for a couple of years. That's where the cooking happened. That's where I slept. That's where I took bath. In the meanwhile, I happened to bump into a person called Aparesh Acharya. He happens to be my mentor. He's age 86, 87 now. May God bless him with more health and more life. This gentleman, on the contrary, moment he met me, the first time he met, he said, I see so much of potential in you. You're going to be a great man soon. The amount of belief he had in me and my potential, I just fell in love with him. Because here is one man who hardly knows me, but who believes in me so much. So much he believes that I don't believe in myself so much. And here are my parents who don't believe in me. And my mentor could see this whole power struggle, what was happening in my life. Neither were my parents happy, nor was I happy. Both had a cold war. The mentor who observed the whole stuff called me one day and said, I want to tell you an advice. Because I used to hold him with very high regards. He knew whatever he said, I would take it. And he said, if you can't be successful in the relationship with your parents, in your family, you will not have any successful relationship here on. You will, if you cannot have a meaningful relationship with your parents, you will never have a meaningful relation with your any friends, any relatives, your spouse, your own children. If you are not successful at house, you will not be successful outside. Because it was him, it hit me very hard. What is he trying to say? Then he made me understand. Till you are 22, do you realize every day the 3 meals what you ate was actually provided by them? The dress what you wore for 22 years was provided by them. Today, if you are able to speak a language, today if you are saying you are successful, the education was something what they gave you. Do you understand it? Do you really think a person who has received so much for 22 years can dare to have an ego clash with them? You are so insignificant in front of them to even think that you can stand in front of them and compete. To even think that you can have an ego in front of them, what are you if they were not there? Every breath you take, you must be thankful that they gave you this breath. When he said something like this, I started really contemplating. Was I wrong many years now? For many years now? A lot of stories came into my mind. I want to narrate 1 or 2 stories to you all from my childhood. I recollected. I told you I was a mischievous child. So when I was in 12th standard, I pulled out a bike of my elder brother without anybody's knowledge. I was not even 18. I didn't even have my DL. And took the bike out to Nandi Hills early in the morning, 6 o'clock. Needless to say, I met with an accident against a lorry. I got a fracture on my right leg. Now I have to tell my parents. You can't hide the fracture and the broken bike, right? So I I went out in the morning. I didn't go to college. I was actually going to Nandi Hills. And I met with an accident. My mother obviously took me to the hospital, got me plastered, and I was back home. That was a time when mobile phones never existed on the planet. My father was working in forest department as a district conservator of forest, and he was working at Tiptur. At that time, it used to take 2.5, 3 hours to travel all the way to Tiptur. Today, it might be 45 minutes, 1 hour, I don't know. That day, that roads, it used to take 45 minutes, 2.5 hours to 3 hours. My father had started from home, and then I come back home with a plaster. So only after my father reached the office, my mother could call and say, Chaitanya has met with an accident, but don't worry, he has just got a fracture. We have shown him to our family doctor. He is absolutely okay. He is smiling and giggling. Don't bother. Continue your day. But a father is a father who can never stay a single minute, knowing that his son or a daughter has a problem working elsewhere. The very next bus he takes comes back 2.5 hours just to see how his son is doing. And I'm on the bed, scared that my father is going to be very harsh on me. So I pretend to be asleep. And all my students know very well, when you pretend to be asleep, nobody can wake you up. Right? So I was pretending to be asleep, but I had kept my eyelids a little open just to see how he's going to react. Scared. I vividly remember he comes next to my cot, stands, looks at me for 5 minutes, speaks nothing. He just wants to see that I'm fine. Goes out, takes a bus, and again goes back to his work. He just traveled the whole 2.5 hours just to have a glimpse of his son that he is okay. And today when I look back, I had a power struggle with him. The man who loved me so much, I could have had a power struggle with him. Am I even a human being to even conceive that thought in me? Let me tell you a story about my mother. It was in engineering when mobile phones had come. I planned to go out to Wonderla. Wonderla had just opened up then in Biddi. There was a lot of advertisements. There was a lot of sound about Wonderla. So few of my friends wanted to go to Wonderla. I was very excited about it. Started very early in the morning. When I started, after about an hour, for some reason, my mother's BP fell extremely low. Sugar went up and she fell down where she was. I was not there. I'd left. And the neighbor who was passing by could notice. Happens to be a doctor, medical student, the neighbor, who nursed, took her to the hospital, and then said, why don't we call your son? He's just about 45 minutes away, and he has a mobile. And my mother says, he's very excited to have a good trip. I don't want to come in the way. My son is so happy, I don't want to be a reason to his unhappiness. And I come back home to see that she was just discharged from the hospital. And I have a power struggle with her, who sacrificed the whole life to make me whatever I am. Once it dawned down to me, I became grateful to my parents. I remember the day very well. It was not gradual, it was sudden. One day I decided, when it dawned down to me, that I'm going to be grateful to them till my last breath. And the moment I decided, suddenly I became very happy. Suddenly I became very happy because I didn't have any power struggle. And I became very vocal for decades now about how indebted I am for every breath I have. If there is anything I have achieved, it's because of my parents. And I'm so vocal about it that they could see my genuinity and they have a huge admiration for me now. And relationship is mutually so respectful we have a very beautiful relationship together, which came because I had made myself indebted to them by being grateful. The problem is, we as parents don't share our stories with our children, so they don't know. And we think it's their mistake. We think, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. We don't share the stories to our children, so they don't know. The way our teachers sitting who will teach mathematics, science, social, Kannada, teachers and parents should together teach children to be grateful in life, because that is what breeds happiness. Once you are grateful, you will be happy. You will be contented. So for the next half an hour, we are going to do an amazing experience, amazing activity, and this experience will be cherished by every student and every parent for the rest of the life. I want parents now to think of why they are grateful to their parents. That is the child's grandparent. What is that your parents did that you're very grateful for them? And what you are today, how have they contributed in it? And I want one of the two parents, if it's father and mother, one of you, to share that story, to share that experience with your child. And now, for the next 60 seconds, how your parents have impacted your life. Your time starts now.
मेरी माँ प्यारी माँ मम्मा ओ माँ मेरी माँ प्यारी माँ मम्मा.
May I now request the other parent to tell what your parents have done to you, to your child, please?
ಹಗಲು ಬೆವರಿನ ಕೂಲಿಕಾರ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೌಕಿದಾರ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಿಸುವ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ ಅಪ್ಪ.
Now we are moving to an activity where I request all the students to kindly stand up. Yes. If you have two chairs, any empty chair, please take it out. Now I request all the parents sitting here to stand up, lift the chair and sit down this way. Request husband and wife to sit very close to each other, where the arms of the chair will be touching. Now I request children here to kindly stand up. Stack the chair if you find anything empty around you, and please go and stack it back, and your teachers will help you. And I request parents to do the same thing. Please turn that side and sit very close to each other, husband and wife. I have a question to parents in the meanwhile. In Indian custom, we do something called as Pada Puja. To our gurus, we do it to our parents, we do it to our grandparents, we do it to elders, we do it to swamis. Can anybody answer and tell me why we do this? Anybody would like to answer? I'll give the mic. Why is this ritual being followed in our country?
ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳೇ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಗುರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ದೇವರು ಅವರೇನೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ದೇವರು ಅವರೇನೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ದೇವರು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. Somebody rose their hands. Yes, Syed. Why do we do this?
Actually, see, parents will not get anything if children do puja. Actually, how it has come means, children should inculcate the habit of gratefulness. They should respect and they should be grateful to those who have helped them or who are associated with them. To inculcate it, this custom has come.
Thanks a lot. To inculcate the concept of being grateful, this came. I now request parents to kindly remove your footwears and socks and leave it below your chair. Children, sit down properly. Sit in front of your parents. Who does not have a water can? Is there anybody here? Are you there? Yes. The next few minutes, you're going to experience something you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Trust me. A life-changing episode will happen. I want children to hold the feet, and I want children, attention please. Hold the feet. I want to see you holding the feet, and I want you to observe every crack on the feet, every mold on the feet, every wrinkle on the feet. Observe everything of the feet. Look at the feet. And listen to me carefully. As you're looking at it, listen to me carefully. It is this feet which is working very hard every single day so that you can be comfortable. It is this feet which is struggling every day, toiling every day so that you can be happy, so that you can get educated, so that you can get the gift what you want. It is this feet which is selflessly working for your life. As you look at the feet, think of the things what they have done to you till now. Think about all the things they have done to you till now, for which you are very thankful and grateful to them. What all have they done to you till now, for which you are thankful and grateful? And you get 60 seconds to go near their ears and tell it to them. Your time starts now. Kneel down, go towards their ears and tell it to them. Thank you, children. Children, listen to me very carefully. I know many of you will not have enough words to express. Some of you become emotional. Some of you don't know what to say. Some of you don't know how to word it because see your love pouring onto them. And my dear parents, this is the love of theirs being showered on you. Not everything can be expressed by words. Parents, hold on to this moment of the love showering on you. Dear parents, can I have your attention now? Think of a moment how your life would have been if the son or daughter wouldn't have come in your life. The child coming in your life added so much of meaning to your life, so much of love to your life, so much of color to your life. For many of us, it gave the purpose for life. Aren't we grateful to them for having come to our life? I request you to kindly hold their cheeks and think for a minute, for what are you so grateful to your child having come in your life? And tell it to them in their ears.
मेरी दुनिया मेरी दुनिया मेरी दुनिया तू ही है मेरी खुशियाँ मेरी खुशियाँ मेरी खुशियाँ तू ही है आज दिन तेरे लिए सजदे करूँ दुआएं मांगू रे मैं यहाँ अपने लिए रब से तेरी बनाए मांगू
Children, may I have your attention now? I want you to think of that incident in your life where nobody stood by you. Not your friends, not your acquaintances, not your teachers, not your relatives, not your cousins. Nobody stood by you. Nobody believed in you, but your parents did. They stood by you unconditionally. Think of that incident. As you're thinking, I request you to take the napkin and wipe their feet dry. And move the plate aside. Think about it. That one incident where nobody was there but for your parents next to you. And it's your time to tell it out to them now. Which was that incident where nobody was there but for your parents?
छोड़ो मुझे घर लौट के भी आना पाऊँ माँ भेजना इतना दूर मुझको तो याद भी तुझको आना पाऊँ माँ क्या इतना बुरा हूँ मैं माँ इतना बुरा मेरी माँ
The attention of the parents, please. It is said that the blessing of the parents will go a long way. The blessing of the parents will go a long way. I want you to kindly put your hands on the head of your child and give the best of your blessing to your child. Bless your child. Think of anything and everything you want to bless him. And it's your time now to tell it out what you're blessing to your child. What do you want out of your child? What is that you want to wish for your child? Your time starts now.
ನಿನಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪಾಯ್ತು ಕೂಸುಮರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊತ್ತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಜೋಗುಳ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ತೋರಿ ಕೈ ತುತ್ತು ತಿನ್ನಿಸಿ ತೂಗಿಲ್ಲ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋವ ಕಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಮೋಡವು ಕಣ್ಣಿ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಕಣ್ಣೀರ ಹೊರೆಸಲ ನಿನಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನಲ ಕೂಸುಮರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊತ್ತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಜೋಗುಣ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ತೋರಿ ಕೈ ತುತ್ತು ತಿನ್ನಿಸಿ ತೂಗಿಲ್ಲ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋವ ಕಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಮೋಡವು ಕಣ್ಣಿ.
I now request children to put the flowers on your parents' feet. One per parent. Put it on their feet. Put your hands on the flower. And I want to tell you something, a reality of life, which may not be very happy to hear. Today you are very small and your parents are very strong. Your parents are very energetic. Students, listen to me carefully. In another 20, 30 years, your parents are going to grow old. You will be strong. You will be young. And your parents will be fragile. Your parents will be weak. As you put the flower, think, how will you respond in that situation? How will you take care of them? It's your time to tell them how will you respond to them when they are old. Your time starts now.
ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಕಣ್ಣೀರ ಹೊರೆಸಲ ನಿನಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನಲ ಕೂಸುಮರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊತ್ತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಜೋಗುಣ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ತೋರಿ ಕೈ ತುತ್ತು ತಿನ್ನಿಸಿ ತೂಗಿಲ್ಲ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋವ ಕಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಮೋಡವು ಕಣ್ಣಿ. ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಓ ನನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣೆ ಕಣ್ಣೀರ ಹೊರೆಸಲ ನಿನಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನಲ ಕೂಸುಮರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊತ್ತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಜೋಗುಣ ಚಂದ್ರಮನ ತೋರಿ ಕೈ ತುತ್ತು ತಿನ್ನಿಸಿ ತೂಗಿಲ್ಲ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋವ ಕಂಡು ಕಾರ್ಮೋಡವು ಕಣ್ಣಿ.
Okay, I request children and parents to hold each other's hand. And I want the child to look into the eyes of the parents. Look into the eyes of the parents and take an oath and repeat after me. Will you repeat after me? All children will first take an oath and repeat after me loudly. Okay? Dear Papa and Mama, I love you. Thank you for everything you have done. You have brought me into this world. Be louder, children. You have brought me into this world with so much of love and care. I shall not let you down. I shall make you proud. I shall never let a single drop of tear roll down your cheek. I will never be the reason for your pain. I will bring all the smile and happiness I can. I will strive hard to study well and work hard to make you proud. You should never leave me. And I promise to never leave you. Now it's the time for parents to take the pledge. Are parents with me? Yes, be loud. I love you too, dear. You mean a whole world to me. Thank you for coming in my life and making my life more meaningful and colorful. I shall work hard to be a better parent. and I shall work hard to understand you better. My best wishes and blessings are always on you. I only want to see you comfortable and happy in life. Be the best you can be, and I shall love you till my last breath. As we come to the end of the program, I request all of them to kindly raise and give a tight hug to each other. I request children to kindly take the plate and the flour carefully and go back to the teachers. And come back and sit on the floor next to your parents. If there is a water, mop it off right now because you will be sitting down with your parents. And I request parents to kindly turn their chair towards the stage. If any parent would like to give expression to their experience, you can please come stand there and come one by one. I can probably give opportunity for 3 to 4 parents and 2 to 3 children.
I am here to tell we are speechless. Because, sir, one thing is not fair. You made all of us cry here for half an hour. So this we never expected. This experience is very unique, and we never expected that such a moment will come in our life, because now I am feeling I should have done like this to my parents. We missed that opportunity, and okay, anyhow, my father is not there. Surely I will try to do it to my mother at least. Thank you, sir.
So sweet of you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Now, this is the definition of gratefulness. Then I couldn't answer what is the difference between being happy and being grateful. The moment that we are enjoying now is actually the definition of being grateful. And I just want to say that the moment or the day since the child is there in the school, from the beginning, every moment we get different opportunities to be grateful, because the school environment or the culture or the highlighting of our cultures, everything has been part of this school. So I really want to say that this is the most grateful moment. And as the other parent mentioned, we seldom have opportunities to express to our kids. So this was like an opportunity created to open up. This was absolutely emotional one. And thank you so much.
So I feel extremely delightful and grateful for the activity which happened today. It made me realize the amount of sacrifices. Sorry. So this made me realize the amount of sacrifices my mom and dad have done for me. And whenever I used to go to them for some permission to go to a party or hang out with my friends, they used to always say no, to be honest. But today I realized the reason why they used to say no, because they were concerned towards me and they cared for me. So I feel very guilty as well to blame them always and think that they always do partiality between me and my younger sister. But today I'm so grateful for this activity, as it made me realize that no, parents can never be wrong and they always do everything for their child's benefit. Thank you so much.
So sweet of you, dear. So sweet of you. So sweet of you.
First of all, I would like to thank Chaitanya Sir and Chitrakoota School for this opportunity. Even though I always announce anything on the stage, still my heart beats very badly. I get scared. Even overcoming all of that, I wanted to speak because I felt actually very thankful to my parents. I actually have no words coming out of my mouth. I felt very happy with this. I want to say sorry and thank you to my parents for whatever I've done till date. They've been my backbone till date, and thank you. At times I usually used to even blame them or scold them. At times they scold me, but now I realize what it was. They always try to give what they haven't got in their childhood, so I thank them very much. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm taking some time. We are all so busy that we are running every moment, each second. We forget our parents, our relationship, everything. I think Chaitanya has, created this event and activity to make us realize that gratefulness, and also in that half an hour, it's not only that we expressed our gratitude, it's not that child expressed our gratitude to us, and we expressed gratitude to a child, but we remembered our parents, and we expressed our gratitude to our parents also. So that's what I wanted to thank. Thank you.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
I was always nervous to tell anything to my parents. I was a student where I used to not express easily my feelings to my parents. Whenever I was angry, I used to fight. But whenever I liked them, I wanted to tell something to them. I never said it. I don't know why, but I never tried to express my feeling to them. I never even cried once for them for doing whatever they did to me. But I don't know why, what motivated me to come and speak here about my parents and tell my mom and dad that how much I love her. I love them. I love you, Mom.
Thank you, Chaitanya Sir, for this great experience.
Welcome, dear.
So, I don't know what to speak really, but I'm really, I thank you, Amma, for everything you have done and all the things you have done to give me such a wonderful life. And I would also like to say sorry for all the mistakes and all the time I've fought with you, and then realizing and coming and say sorry. I know that how much it hurt you when I repented and shouted, or when I shouted at you. I'm so sorry, and thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
This moment is so confusing. I have a lot of confusing emotions. I can't even think. I don't know if I have to be happy or cry also. But from this event, I learned a lot especially from Chaitanya Sir. Thank you, sir, for everything. And before, my mom and dad both work, so they don't spend much time with us. So I just got to know why do they do this. They just do this for us and the future we have. Thank you. Thank you.
So sweet of you. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, Chaitanya Sir, for such a wonderful experience. Chitrakoota has always been wonderful, and today it's a unique experience. As he mentioned, it's the experience which we'll cherish for a lifetime. And coming to our children, yes, parents also make mistakes because we are all human. Children also make mistakes because they are growing, and we are also growing as parents. It's not that we are perfect. We have a mother takes birth when the child is born. A father takes birth when the child is born, because that is when we start learning to be a parent, and we would have done many mistakes. And yes, children also have done many mistakes, and we are all learning, and we will learn and we'll keep learning. One thing what this event made me realize is the time for we parents, we are all 40, 42, 45, the time is very less for us parents to express this to our parents, because they're all old. Many of us still have our parents. We are blessed. Some of us have lost one parent. So we should take this experience and see, washing feet was one of the gesture, but we should talk, we should speak. there is this ice breaking which should happen. What I see is, this is a very good ice breaking session, and most of us wouldn't have had this ice breaking session with our parents at all. So I think most of the parents agree to it. We still don't have that. So we should speak to our parents, express our gratitude, tell them what we feel about them, and let them also tell what they feel about us. That will actually be a good learning from this session.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It's a pleasurable act to act as a catalyst in parents-child's wonderful relationship. So I'm grateful to God to have given me this opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you.